It's a squirrel. When you see a squirrel in the woods, happily looking for nuts, you have to think what his life is really like. Just the number of foxes around this place. Somehow you can live with abject terror and then chasing his friend around in the leaves in the sunshine. Oh, I think I'm chasing him now. He's over there. There he goes, up the tree. Way up there. I saw one fall the other day from about 3 meters. He nearly fell into a little river. He just kind of plopped down on the bank and then just carried on looking for nuts like nothing had happened. Came for a walk because it says it's going to rain at midday. Norman Wildberger's stuff is frustrating to watch because I can't. There's so much of it I can't come up with I can't pin him down to. But what I was looking at today was order isomorphisms, order embeddings, and Galois connections. And they're 3 successively weaker conditions. So Galois connections are the weakest. If you have Galois connections that run both ways, on a complete lattice, then in some sense you have some kind of order isomorphism. So a bijective correspondence. And there's this unity of opposites thing. That connects syntax and semantics. And syntax is where proofs live, and semantics is where, in ordinary logic, where truth values live. And it seems to me, I need to write this down better and really get to grips with the math, but you can have an order isomorphism where you can't pin down. If you have several domains, you have more than two structures, more than two partially ordered sets. So 3, and I guess more. If you have 3 partially ordered sets, you can look at that. You can construct globally consistent or pairwise consistent isomorphisms without ever having any concrete model, without ever having any semantics that will give you the truth values. So and the example that comes to mind is I looked on that mushroom, that fungi place in Guatemala, and they say actually a lot of these woodland mushrooms are psilocybin species. The example, I think one thing that makes an example that I use to get my head around it. See, you talk about them and they show up. The example is Charles Lutwidge Dodgson. He gave an example at some talk in London, some society, about the names of the days of the week. If you translate them, one into another from different languages. There's no globally consistent model. You can't assign numbers, you can't assign integers to every word for the names of the day of the week in every language and then produce a consistent set of interpretations of this over the whole surface of the globe. But we still use names. We can still usefully use names of the days of the week if all we're interested in is constructing locally pairwise bijections. But there's nobody who knows what they all really are. There's nobody who can tell you with authority that Sabado is Saturday. It is in Europe. If you're walking from London to Madrid via Paris, Samedi, Sabado, you can set something up. But if you go the other way around the world and you respect the neighboring cultures, there's no one who can tell you where you got it wrong. And because the meaning of the word today, or the meaning of Saturday, is what is the name of the day here today. And I think the same thing works for relativity. Sabine Hossenfelder has that way of diagramming. You can produce an inertial frame between every other pair of inertial frames such that the experiments agree, the observations agree. But you won't get absolute simultaneity judgments from that for a whole system. And I think that's at the bottom of what the problem is with evident truth. Wow. There's another gap in the fence. The holly is a bit thick though. I'm never going to get back if I go through here. Ow, ow, ow. I'm right in the corner. I'm in this corner. That's where I came through the other day. That's Grimm's Dyke. It's the farmhouse next to the manor house type place, which is the Best Western. And that farmhouse is staff accommodation. It could be so nice, but the business practices of Best Western Inc. prohibit that. You go and look at the way the staff live there. It's clear that they're there to work and nothing else. And that's where you look everywhere in London. Money. It's all about money. It fucking makes me sick. Anyway, I was thinking there are experiments that you can do, psychological experiments involving groups of people and communicating systems and little spaceship games. Freya Homer's spaceship, 2D spaceship, that was just so good. The graphics on that are just absolutely gorgeous. This little rocket can go underwater and then it blasts its rockets and bubbles come up. Wow, it's fun, fantastic. But you can play games like that. And you can construct one of these Galois connected realities, and I'm sure you can introduce finite propagation speeds and people can actually interact without immediate immediate communication about the objective truth. You might actually switch. People may not eventually be able to tell who was really flying that rocket, but that might also help us understand schizophrenia. And the psychological passage of time. Because everything in the end is all some syntactic story.